What? Aren't these the same things? Just like Christian? In this video, I will share a different point of view and the steps you can take to put you on the narrow path. All right, let's talk about this because we hear terms like believer, Christian, follower of Jesus. And until recently, I didn't think a whole lot about that, but my eyes have been opened. Give you some facts here before we jump right into the steps that you're going to take to see if you're on the narrow path, or maybe this will put you closer to the narrow path. All right, so Jesus never used the phrase believer or Christian. He also never directed people to go to church. In the original Bible, church wasn't even mentioned. It was ecclesia, which was a gathering of people or a community. So, with that as a backdrop, just think about that. Another fact I'll tell you is that, and this was shared with me, and it really opened my eyes. So even Satan is a believer. Even Satan is a believer. He believes. And again, Christian started off, it was a derogatory term used to really mock the earlier followers of Christ. And they just adopted it after that. So that's your backdrop. I don't want to get too much into that because we're going to have a follow-up video to this one. So what are the steps that you can take to determine whether you're moving more towards the narrow path? Number one, determine where you are right now. Do you consider yourself a Christian, a believer, or a follower of Jesus? I don't want you to overthink it. Just get out a sheet of paper or just get that thought in your mind right now. What's the first thing that comes to your mind? And just write it down. I consider myself this. And once you've done that, for those same three things, define each of them based on what you know and believe right now. And, it could be, I believe they're all the same, a Christian, a believer, and a follower of Jesus, just different way to think about it. That's where I was. Or maybe you do have some differentiating points about the three. So write that down. And the easiest way to think about this too is if someone asks you, if someone says, "Oh, are you religious? Are you Christian? Are you a believer? Are you a follower?" How do you respond? How do you respond right in the moment? This is more about self-exploration right now. Okay, so step 3, and this is where it gets fun. Grab a friend and share your definitions. Get feedback. Get their definitions. Grab another friend. Have a discussion in community. Okay, this is a key. You can't do any of this work really in isolation. It starts with you and what you believe and what you think, but then you have to surround yourself, right? Back to what I said earlier, ecclesia. Jesus talked about people gathering together. He didn't talk about going to a church, gathering together. So the importance of getting feedback, having discussions with other folks and getting their thought processes is so important. Step 4 is list your new awareness after this exercise and rewrite your definitions. So go back and, maybe your definitions haven't changed. But I think if you get feedback from others, there's so much as far as perceptions go that are different from people. And that's where the beauty is. So go back and rewrite your definitions of Christian, believer, and follower of Jesus. And just take a look at that and say, wow, this is really cool. And step 5 would be note the wisdom you've gained. Are you closer to being on the narrow path? And start to reflect now on what the narrow path means. If you're not familiar with that, just go into your Bible app or Google it and see where the narrow path is mentioned in the Bible and read through that. Reflect on that and see what that means. See if anything is starting to change in you. You're thinking, wow, okay, what does this narrow path look like based on where I'm at right now? And, write down whatever it is. This is why it's cool to keep a journal or just have a sheet that you're doing this exercise on, but it's something you want to take and you want to refer to in the future. And then step 6, as I say in most of my videos, take a small step forward. And I'd say share it in community. Maybe it's the same community that you had the discussion with. after you've gone and had a chance to rewrite your definitions, all of those things. Maybe share it back with those same people or expand the group and share it with a bigger group of people. Because what you're going to be doing there is doing kind of what Jesus taught us to do. And it is to be in community with other people. You know, you can't do anything in isolation. I mean, you can, but that's where the enemy can really kind of throw a wrench in things. So I encourage you all to particularly follow that step about community and really give some thought and give me your thoughts and comments on this exercise, because I think it could be very powerful for you. So subscribe with the notification bell to receive regular updates. If you found this video helpful, hit that like button to see more like this, and comment down below. This can be with questions or answers to a question you ask. And we'll see you next time on this amazing journey from isolation to community, where the next step beyond is freedom.